So this chapter, 5C, is on like terms. In this chapter, you'll learn to simplify expressions by simply collecting like terms. Now, to help you understand what I mean by a term and like terms, you need to understand that a term is basically a part of an expression represented by a number or letter. So for example, if you have the expression 3x plus y, 3x is a term, y is a term, because they are letters or numbers with letters. Like terms contain the same letter and the same indices values. So for example, if I have the expression 3x plus 2x plus y plus 2y, the like terms in this is the 3x and the positive 2x because they both end in an x. And the y's are both y's, so they are also like terms. And I'll go into more detail in the next slide. Now, to learn how to simplify, so when learning to simplify expressions, first of all, let's look at A as an example. We need to collect the like terms. So we have to look and notice which ones look alike, which ones end the same way. So we'll notice that in A, that 5x and the positive 2x and the negative 3x are like terms. Now it's important that you really include the sign in front because that tells you if you're adding the signs together or if you're taking away the signs. So if we combine 5x, so if we pull this out, this is 5x plus 2x's minus 3x's. If you didn't take the signs with you, the plus and the minus, you wouldn't really know how to combine them properly. So it's important that you take it with you. So 5x's plus 2x's, well together these make 7x's. And then finally you take away 3x's from the 7x's, therefore this would leave you with 4x's. Another way to look at this is 5x's is x plus x plus x plus x plus x. Then it says to add 2 more to it, so plus 2 more x's. And then finally it says to take 3 away, so taking 3 away. And that leaves you with 4x's. Okay, so that's the first part, 4x. Now we have to combine our y's, positive 4y and another positive y. So 4y plus a y. Now keep in mind there is an imaginary 1 in front of that y, it's just we never put it there. So 4y plus a y, that makes a 5y. Now when we go on to tougher ones like D, you'll notice that you have an x squared and an x. X squares and x's are completely different entities, so you have to remember that. So 3x squared is the same as negative x squared, is the same as positive x squared, is the same as positive 5x squared. So now we have to combine that. 3x squares, take away an x squared, that's 2x squares. 2x squares plus an x squared, that's 3x squares. 3x squares plus 5x squares, that makes 8x squares. And then finally, let's combine our basic x's. A positive 2x, a positive 4x. That makes a positive 6x. So at this time, go ahead and pause the video, complete B, C, E, and F. Okay, so if we did B, you would have done this. 6x minus 2x's makes 4x's. And then the 4y, well, there's no one to team it up with, so we just write out 4y. And if you notice, I like to color code my work so that I can easily see the like terms. Now C, 3x's, a negative 5x, and a positive 4x. 3x, take away 5x's. I'm taking away more than I have, so it's negative 2x's. Negative 2x's plus 4x's, when I'm adding on to what I already don't have, that's going to give you 2x's. And then negative 5y, and negative y. Well, if you remember, when you have a negative 5 and a negative 1 together, that makes a negative 6. This is the same thing. It's minus 6y. E, 4x cubed, positive 2x cubed. So together, that will make 6x cubed because you add them together. Next, let's go with the x's. Negative x squared plus 7x squared make positive 6x squared. And then finally, we have our y's. Positive 2y and positive 3y. So 2 plus 3, that makes positive 5y. Last but not least, f. And personally, I like to go in the order of the alphabets and also the value of the exponents. So I'm going to work with the x5s. So x to the power of 5 plus x to the power of 5, that's 2 of them, so 2x to the power of 5. Then let's work with the x squares. 8x squares minus 9x squares, so I'm taking away more than I have, so that ends up with a negative x squared here for a moment. And there's no more x squares, so that's minus x squared, or minus 1x squared. And then finally, minus 2y, positive 3y, so minus 2, positive 3, or 3 minus 2 is the same way of saying it, leaves you with just a plain y. And if you need to, you can always write a number 1 in front of it just to help you until you get into the habit of not needing to write the 1. So it's really up to you, but you don't have to write it there if you don't want to. So in the end, conclusion, when you combine like terms, you're looking for the terms that have the same variable, like an x and an x and an x, or y with a y with a y, or an x squared with an x squared with another x squared. And the number in the front with the sign that's in front of it tells you whether you add it or you take it away. So it's really important you consider the sign that's right in front of it. And if there's no sign in front of it, automatically assume it's positive. That's all.